Hey everybody, Chief here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll get started with the podcast shortly. Let me just make sure sound is good. And looks like I have good signal on my end, so as long as you guys can hear me, we should be good to go. Alright, now, normally I turn off my air conditioner, but not today. It is not gonna happen. It is ridiculously hot. So hopefully you guys coming in and watching this are using this as a good excuse to stay indoors. So thanks for everybody for checking in early. Looks like I had quite a few people waiting for the stream to start. That's awesome. It's much appreciated. And for those of you that are new to the channel, if you're not familiar with the podcast, or this stream in general, this is not a gameplay stream, and just a disclaimer, that little tiny window that you see on your screen is just a video. It is not us trying to play, so it's actually supposed to be small, but anyway, so today's podcast is going to be discussing the 5.3 update and the new feature operations. So hopefully you guys have some questions. We'd like to hear questions from you. If we can answer them, we will. If you guys have concerns, we want to hear those too. And as some of you probably already know, my guest today is going to be Islander from Islander War Robots. Most of you are probably familiar with his channel, but if you're not, there's a link to his channel in the video description, so please stop by, check him out, hit him up with a sub, and he's just an awesome guy. I've had him on the show quite a few times, and he's definitely a straight shooter. If he thinks something is crap, he's going to tell you that it's crap. And if he likes something, he's going to tell you that too. So that's why I like having him on. Hey, what's up, AD Gaming? Man, you should be over here in my Discord, not watching the stream, bro. Anyway, so without going on too much, this stream is expected to last about an hour, hour and a half. We'll see how it goes, but the more participation from you guys, the better. It's just going to be Islander and myself as of right now. We might have somebody else pop on and join us. We might not. I don't know. We're just going to kind of go with it, and hopefully you guys are ready for this podcast. So let me bring Islander into the show, and we will get things going. Hey, what's up, Islander?
What's going on, partner? How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Here you guys are in a deep freeze down in Texas right now.
Oh, yeah. We're frozen. So damn hot. I swear to God, last night I saw the devil sitting on my front porch. That is just hot, boy.
All right, so I already kind of gave a brief introduction over the podcast. Hopefully we'll get some good participation from all of the viewers. This is going to be a sensitive topic for some people, but we will get through it, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of your opinions on some of the different features that are coming up with the update, especially with the new operations feature. But for those of you that are not familiar with you want to just give yourself a quick introduction, and then we will get things rolling.
Absolutely. What's going on, fellas? How the hell are you? I'm Islander, all right? I've been playing this game for almost since the day of his birth. I think I was in about the first 100,000 downloads early in the game. I've been through every phase of this game. It's been good and bad. You know, some of it was awesome early on. Some of it sucked. You know, but we've gone through a lot of bumps and bruises together. I finally started to start a YouTube channel that about a year ago that took off, and I thank every single one of y'all that comes by the channel and messages and keeps in touch with me and gives me your opinions. But I've been in the clan of Hard Corps. I've been running with them for about a little bit over 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken, and that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show again, and I'm sure this is going to be a good topic for us to discuss. Just kind of a quick refresher for those of you that aren't familiar.
Hey, Chief.
Hey, what's up? AD Gaming just dropping in.
What's up? How are you?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Pretty okay. Just eating something and watching your stream also.
Well, right on, man. Glad that you popped in. Why don't you stick around and join in the conversation?
No problem.
But for those of you that are not really too familiar with the 5.3 update, there was kind of a release of information that several of us YouTubers did a few days back. This was kind of under the guise of a leak from Pixonic, and we just basically gave you the information that they shared with us, but kind of in our own words. It was only given to some of the YouTubers, so not everybody had it, but we shared with you what we could and what we could interpret, and we're just going to kind of talk about that a little bit further here. I think AD put out a really good video, as well as Islander, so definitely check those out if you haven't already. Some of your questions might be answered in those, but if not, that's what we're going to be here for today. All right, so overall, guys, 5.3, what do we know about the 5.3 update?
Well, we know we are getting the battle pass, or what they're calling operation, okay? And basically, it's going to work similar to other games. Those of you that play other games, you play PUBG, you play Clash of Clans, there are battle passes that are already in this game. And there are 2 tracks on it. You have the free tracks, which are generally silver tracks. And then you have the gold pass, all right, which is one you purchase, okay? And along these tracks, you're going to be winning prizes as you go, all right? On the silver tracks, the prizes are going to be slightly lower or less inviting, okay? The gold track will be the nicer one. If I was to give anybody a recommendation on these particular tracks where they land, is complete the silver track all the way down, okay? And once you get to the end of that, and you have surpassed it, and you do want the little premier prizes they're going to be giving out at that time, if you choose to, you purchase the gold pass and you unlock all of those 70 prizes or whatever prizes that are in the gold pass. You immediately unlock them. You don't have to start again from scratch. That is a good deal. What we really don't know truly as of this point, other than the 2 top prizes, what are the prizes really going to be? Okay, is it really going to be 800 gold and 1600 gold? Or is it going to be 100 gold and 200 gold? If it's 18 and 600, awesome, man. That's stout. If it's 100 200, I'm sorry, man. That just blows. That would suck. So that's going to deter, depending on what the prices are going to be, or where people are really going to stand.
Right. Okay. So that is, I think, the biggest thing that's coming with 5.3. The or they call it the operations. It's going to last 2 months. Each operation is going to be slightly different, and that's kind of the only hard information we have on them right now. I think the pricing and things, I know, at least in the literature they gave us, was it even had a disclaimer on it saying that it may not be the same, when it goes live. So I'm kind of interested in finding out more on that. Also, anything else, AD? Anything else new that's coming with 5.3?
I know what you are knowing. You are know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, other than operations, which is
I just sorry, I'm interrupting. I just hope that the gold will not be 30, just one task only. I hope that will be more than one task on
right, to replace the 2 daily tasks.
My mic just dropped to the floor.
Oh, good. Well, other than the battle pass or the operations, I think in 5.3 we're also expecting a couple of new robots. At least, most likely, it's going to be the Behemoth and the Phantom. right? At least they haven't specifically said. It's just what I'm expecting to be released with 5.3, as well as most likely the phase shift module. I know there's still some ongoing testing with those, but they haven't really been changing too much with them over the last 2 weekends.
No,
test.
the tweaks have been very minor. The tweaks have been very minor on this. And I'm kind of going over our notes right there as far as the update of what's going to come. Also, that new the rewards are the way the final screen at the end of the game. That's going to change up. It's going to put it basically all on one page. So like right now we jump back and forth between your prizes or what you've earned, and then you can jump over to see the players. They're supposed to put that all on one screen. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, but that did look pretty neat. It also shows you your progress to the chest that you're in. It, gives you your gold that you took, your silver that you took, your keys, your honor points. All that should be on one page, so you're not swiping back and forth on that. I think that's pretty cool. I do like that.
Right, it's definitely an improvement to get overall your rewards and see how everything stacks up and everything on one page. I think there is going to be still a different tab for clan, the as far as what you gain for your clan and the breakdown for that, as well as the team. At least that was the what I was told by one of my Russian viewers that was able to decipher that picture. So
yeah. But getting back to what you were saying, yeah, we have the two new bots as of right now. I had released a video when I released the rumors video. Of course, it had the Behemoth and it had the Phantom, and there was that third bot, the Leech. The Leech never made an appearance, okay, but we had 2 out of the 3 confirmations. So I'm kind of still wondering what's up. Is that Leech is going to come out? Are we going to see a third bot? Because we know they always release bots in successions of 3. Okay, we haven't seen a double take in a while. So. But, the Behemoth, man, I'm just not sold on that bot. From what I can gather, it is going to be a range bot, and a range bot pretty much entirely. I don't like it at all. The small, faster bots can close the gap on it really, really quick. So you're going to equip some Dragoons, you're going to equip some Vipers or some Fluxes, and you're going to sit back and pretty much cap it out with these bots. It's not going to be something that you can use on the mobile. And for that, I was not sold on the Behemoth. It's just... to me, it's just a big punching bag. In my most honest opinion, so much promise that bot could have had for what they did with it. I just don't like it. It's bad.
Well, they.
It's a dinner for the Loki.
Oh yeah, you saw what that Loki did to me.
Yeah, I saw that.
He called me up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey, boy.
Well, they did mention they were going to come up with some creative ways to help boost the economy. So maybe that's just one way. Everybody's going to get a little extra silver.
Yeah, they're definitely. The economy is a topic all for itself, and I don't care. Pretty much what's going on as far as right now with the economy. What I do care about, well, you know what? Yes, I do care. Let me rephrase that. The silver payout is bad. Okay, if you don't have the premium and you don't get a video to go along with it, so you're just gonna run the game the way it is. For the free to play players, it's really hard for them to maintain some type of silver rewards unless you're just grinding, day in day out, 10 hours, 12 hours a day trying to get your silver up. They need to improve the payout of silver at the end of the game, based on damage, based on beacon captures. I'm really curious what they do with the economy in 5.3, and I'm hoping they give it some kind of boost because it's truly in the dumps right now. It's been bad for a very long time. It's been bad since they released I think it was in 4.7 or 4.8 when they came out with in the Royale. They kind of changed things up, and they were going to make it easier to get bots, okay, but it was going to cost more to upgrade them and longer upgrade times. Then they kind of reduced that a little bit, okay, and they made the bots became harder to obtain. Okay, they weren't as easy anymore, but the payouts never went back up. Okay, so the bots came down in order to obtain them. The payouts stayed down, and we had been in that slump for some time. Although they have improved as far as their prizes in a lot of different areas.
Right. Mine was just more poking fun at the behemoth because
Okay.
that's
Got you.
that's how they're going to boost the economy is to give us the behemoth on a platter. But
Yeah. Well, yeah. There you go. We'll get a bunch of damage out of it.
well, you know, with this battle pass or operations, whatever you want to call it, we should see at least some benefit to the economy through that. I mean, I know there are still some concerns over the gold payout because they are switching from 2 daily tasks that pay 30 gold each to just 1, but also what they say is they are absorbing that second one into the free line of the battle pass. So
Right.
you know what exactly that equates to, I don't know, but I know the question or the concern was already voiced to Pixonic, and what they told us was that the average player basically is going to, you know, you're going to get the 1 each day, and as long as you continue to play basically how you are now, you should average at least that 30 gold per day through the battle pass. Now, does that mean you're going to get it every 4 days, you know, and get, you know, over 100 gold, or does it mean you're going to, you know, get it every day? I don't know. But hopefully that's exactly what happens, because it is definitely a concern. But,
Well, right now we're obtaining about 1,800 gold a month in the daily task. Okay, so we're going to be getting 900 gold. All right, but we turn around and we get, you know, 800 gold. So that comes out there. You know, that's give or take 100. And don't quote me on those exact numbers, guys, because everybody out there knows already my math sucks. All right, it's bad. But I know we get about 1,800 gold a month in the daily task. So they're going to give us 900, and they're going to make up the rest of it in the silver box or the silver track. That'll be all right. I mean, as long as we're playing the game, we're going to earn our rewards. You know, but if the rewards are not up to par, then that's where you're going to see the community just lash out. You know, and there's been a lot of progress made over this last 2 updates that I would hate to see any progress lost. Things need to constantly keep getting better, not worse.
right. And I'll tell you that I have a concern that kind of goes along with that, and that is, okay, with this new event or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be going for 2 months. Now, it's kind of there to, I guess, it rewards grinders a little bit more than the casual players, because, you know, how much you play is going to be how fast you move along the track and you gain your rewards. Okay, so what happens to players that play a lot and say they complete the whole track after 1 month? Do they just get nothing for another month?
That's it. It's done, and that's the way it is with Supercell, because I'll bring up Supercell a few times because that is the other game that I play. I'm not as heavy or as active in Supercell or Clash of Clans as I am with this one, but the tasks are very obtainable, very easy to obtain as far as what we have over there. So within 10 to 14 days, I'm done with my tasks. So you're just going to sit back and you're going to wait until the next evolution or the next round of tasks come up. All right. But once you complete the task, it's over. It's not like the crates where you know, once you complete all your cycle, you start from scratch again. It won't be like that at all. Okay. At least not based on my experience in other areas.
Right. Now, I'm not familiar with battle passes or games that use them, so, you know, I guess you're more of the expert as far as other games that utilize that type of system. But, you know, that is, I guess, for me, just a little bit of a concern, because I know I play a lot. You know, I usually get between 2 and 3 super chests a month. And, you know, am I just going to hit that wall after, you know, a month and be like, okay, well, what's the point? You know, it's kind of boring now, or I'm not getting it.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Well, they'll be able to tweak it as they go. You know, I mean, Supercell does it every single month. Okay, or yeah, it's 1 per month or 1 per session. You know, they may tweak it down. Remember, these numbers are not final. Right now, we're looking at 2 months. You know, and if it is 2 months worth of tasks, you know, that's going to be a lot of tasks. It really is. So, and I'm looking forward to it. But that's why I would give somebody the recommendation, you know, ride the silver track till you get all the way in. Don't purchase the pass, and then something happens in real life, and you're not even able to come into the game and play. You purchased the pass already. You were not able to complete all the tasks. You kind of lost your money, all right? You kind of lost your investment there. You know, if you completed the entire course of it, now you know what? I like it. I like that brand new Al June. That Griffin is a sick-looking bot. You know what? I want him. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the battle pass now, because you're instantly gonna get it once you're on it, because you've already completed all 70 tasks.
Right. So, okay. Now, I mean, I've gotten feedback from some people about the battle pass, and their initial response or reaction is, "Oh, this game's more pay to win. This is just another way for it to all be pay to win." And personally, and
I've gotten the same comment.
So, some of my viewers may not agree with me, but I completely disagree with that statement, because it is no more pay to win with this new system coming in than it is right now. And the reason I say that is because right now I can pay money and I'm not guaranteed to win. But, you know,
right.
Aside from that, this whole new system, you don't have to pay anything for it. And anything that you do get out of it is bonus on top of everything you are currently getting. So,
right.
You know, and
you don't have to buy in. You're not required to buy in. You can do the silver track and take all of your gifts for free, and say, all right, I'll see you in 2 months. It was great. Thank you for my participation ribbon, and that's fine. You're good to go. You know.
Well, and I think there's, you know, I guess maybe there's some people that don't understand that we're not giving up anything to get this. This is just all additional to what is currently in the game, with the exception of the 2 daily tasks. We're only going to be getting 1, but according to at least what they're telling us, you know, you're going to make that up and then more as far as the gold is concerned. So, you know, we won't know that until we actually get to it. But
right, I mean, everybody knows that this game is it has a paid feature to it, okay? But you're not required to pay, all right? And you know, this battle pass, I actually had this come up in one of my ideas in one of my videos, where I wanted a battle pass. I wanted something like this to come into War Robots and see what kind of prizes they could come up with, you know. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. We won't truly be able to judge it until it lands, okay? But there are pay-to-win segments in this game, okay? But you're right, Chief. This battle pass will not be one of them, because, like we said, you can take the silver track and just take your prizes and go. So I do like that, the fact that they added the silver track, and not only a $15 gold track, and those who pay get the prizes, and everybody else is gonna be on the outside watching people eat inside the restaurant. You know, everybody's gonna get a chance at this.
Right, and you know, that's what people need to remember. It's all bonus on top of what we're getting. You know, you're going to be getting components, you're going to be getting gold, you're going to be getting additional silver. Pilots, I'm assuming they did mention pilots are going to be in the tracks. I don't know if it's going to be in both the paid and the free. You know, we won't know that until we get there. But you know, you're going to be getting all of this extra on top of, you know, what you get for your clan tasks or your battle reward crates, you know. So
I'll tell you what, if they would just give me power cells, I would not complain at all. I would not complain one bit.
Right.
Power cells, man, that's saving me gold every time I get power cells. So but yeah, I do like this edition of the game. I can't complain one bit.
Right. And you know, I mean, there's some viewers right now, they're saying, yes, it is pay to win, and, you know, or some of them saying, well, you got maxed out equipment. I'm not sure if you've ever watched my streams. I don't have maxed out equipment. I don't have any robots that are even level 12. So, you know, I'm not sure if you're talking about somebody else or whatever, but, you know, so definitely not me that has anything maxed out. But aside from that, you know, and it's cool. You can have your belief that it's pay to win. I'm not gonna, you know, argue, you know, against you. You're free to believe that. I just don't view it as pay to win.
Chief, can I say something related to what you're talking about right now?
Yep.
I want to say something about the economy, about the silver. The guy just told you that you have maxed out stuff and something like that, right?
Right.
I just want to say one thing, and I already said it on my live stream many times. I am a free-to-play player. I am played 5 years on this game, and I never paid nothing on this game. Nothing. All the stuff I got is from free giveaways and stuff like that. Never mind, etc. Never mind. All the stuff I got is from hard work and giveaway. And all the people that play the game regularly, you can get a lot of stuff and all the new meta stuff. Just you need to play a lot of on the game. That's the only thing that I want to say. You don't have to spend money to be successful, and you can be successful. You need only to play a lot on the game.
Well, and you don't even have to play a lot. I mean, I have members in my own clan, you know, they don't really spend on the game. Their stuff is nowhere near maxed. You know, they're running like stuff like level 7, 8 robots and weapons. And you know what? We roll with them in our champ squad, and you know, they kick ass. They're doing great.
But many people say that the game is not unplayable. I disagree. The game is playable. You don't have to pay to be a good player. It's still a fun game, and
right. And
many people wrong about that.
Now, was it
AD, how many Aries do you have? I know you won at least 2 in contest.
I have 2 Aries.
You have 2. I know you won
and
2.
I could get another one. Believe me.
Right.
I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to get another Aries. I have the Ao Guang, I have the Ao Jun, I have Mercury, Nder, all the new, and I just got the Fenrir from the super chest, and not the super chest, the special delivery, and I didn't drop any coins on the special delivery, all from free.
Wow.
Just so you know, guys.
Awesome. So yeah, it is possible. I mean, I think one of my first flips in this event was another Aries. Okay, and he's sitting in my hangar at level 1. I'm not going to upgrade him. I already have 2. We only have 5 slots that we can play, so I don't have a need for a third Aries, because there's other bots that I do like to play in the game.
Right.
Right, and I also understand that. I think was it 1928 Flash mentioned, well, they don't have enough, you know, they don't have time to play a lot. Unfortunately, you know, the game designers, other players, you know, they can't be held responsible for what you have, you know, to, you know, as far as game time. And my personal opinion, if you put in the work, the hours, the grind, you should be rewarded with more resources, more robots, more experience, whatever the case may be. You know, if you're putting in the work for it, you should get something. Just like people that are willing to pay a few bucks extra, well, they should get a few extra, you know, resources or something, you know, for what they're paying. You know, if somebody, you know, wants to or has the ability to pay, you know, I'm not going to dog them for it. It's fine. And I understand not everybody has the funds to pay for a game. I get that. And, you know, I have a couple of my alt accounts I don't pay a dime on, just because I want to see what you can do without paying. And, you know, I still don't really view the game as, like, for example, pay to win. Yes, you can get an advantage. I say can because I go against people with MK2 all day long, and they just suck. They're terrible at the game. So their extra advantage isn't really an advantage at all. But, you know, somebody's got to pay the bills, and somebody, you know, that does put in the time should get some benefit for it.
Absolutely.
But anyway, sorry, I kind of sidetracked on that. We were kind of talking about the economy. We're talking about, you know, with the update, we're going to be getting some opportunity to at least get some additional resources that weren't available before.
Right.
And I think
I think they should bring the old economy. That's the simple solution. I just upgrade my
wouldn't that be
glory.
amazing?
What?
That would be so amazing to get the old economy back. That would be great.
Yes, but it will never happen, I believe.
At this point, I don't even remember what the old economy was. I mean, to be perfectly
it was a
honest,
beautiful thing.
I mean,
It was a beautiful thing.
I didn't
Was a
really have
wonderful
any
time.
old economy gear anyway. I haven't been playing that long, but you know, it's, you know, they've made so many adjustments to you know, upgrades and costs that, you know, I don't know. Just start pumping silver into the post battle, you know, and I think things will right themselves.
Oh yes. Now we just had this 25%, Chief, and I want to cover this part real quick because we just when the update was coming out and we were asking for the 25%, you know, I believe it was stated somewhere that we were not going to get the 25% this time around. Then, you know, kind of a little curveball comes in and the 25% pops up, which I am not complaining one bit. I'm not, you know, but I wish there would have been more transparency on that. You know, let the players kind of know a week or two in advance, hey, the 25% is going to be coming back. We're going to have the arena coming back. That way people could have started saving a little bit of silver, you know, maybe purchase a nice little gold deal here and there, you know, the 600 gold or the $10 gold, whatever somebody could have got. But they could have started getting a little bit prepared for that. The fact that it was done silently, you know, caught a lot of people off guard. I had a stockpile of silver, and I've always stockpiled my silver just in case it came back, and I was more than ready to go. And of course, I spent every bit of 1 billion silver on upgrades. So, but those are guys, those are out there listening. You know, we got another update coming up. I would assume probably in October, which should be Halloween, if I'm not mistaken. It may come back again. You know, do your upgrades. Don't rush your upgrades now. Okay, I mean after this event, just hoard your silver, do your upgrades, let them cook on their own, but keep your silver stock piling up. That way, if the 25% does come back, you're ready for it next time.
Right. And, you know, I was a little disappointed initially that they didn't at least give us a heads up, because I had been spending my silver just because I'm trying to at least get my main hanger weapons up to level 12, you know. And man, I just, you know, I spend more silver than comes in, and it's just, you know.
You know what, Chief?
At the end,
I had a feeling that they will do the 20% discount, 25% discount.
You're right.
That's the reason I did not spend much silver.
Well,
I know it.
Go ahead.
I thought they might, but I couldn't take that gamble, especially when they flat out said it was not going to be part of this event. But that did remind me, they did say flat out it wasn't going to be part of the event. So, I mean, the fact that they did bring it, that's just more bonus, so I can't really complain even if I didn't have a bunch of silver to drop, you know?
Right. And Evo Achiever in the comment section stated 25% off would be a fair solution to the economy fix. You know what, Evo? You're 100% right, brother. You're 100% correct there. If we could keep the 25% at some point in time here somewhere, I think that would be a great offset for the economy. All right, yeah, we're not making as much silver, but you know what? We get a 25% discount. That's humongous when you're upgrading something like a module that costs you 40 million. Okay, well, there you're gonna get the upgrade for 30 million. You just saved yourself 10 million silver. That's a big chunk of change.
Right. Or, you know, its modules really aren't the most expensive thing either. Those level 12, like something like a glory, it's like what, like 70 million just to go to level 12.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
ridiculous.
So you get imagine a 10%, I mean 25% discount on that.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so kind of to move off of the economy, because we can talk about the economy all
day long,
day, all night. You know, let's, you know, I kind of wanted to stay focused a little bit more on, you know, 5.3.
Okay.
You know, there's, you know, and I don't want to just say, you know, I'm saying 5.3 because the update is more than just bringing this new feature for operations, but you know, obviously that is, as of right now, the biggest thing. Something else we haven't really touched on yet is rebalance, right?
Yeah.
I've done some of the testing for what they've called the rebalance, and I know they're talking about, instead of doing these massive rebalances like they did before, they're just, they mentioned in one of the dev streams, I believe, that they were going to do a little bit at a time, which I'm not exactly sure how well that's going to work, but, whatever. We're going to test it. Right now, it's the Raven and the machine guns, and man, the machine guns, what could have been great, it's kind of crap, in my opinion. I don't know.
Really? I'm on the opposite side of the pond with that one. All right, and I'll be the first one to call something crap if I think it sucks. I honestly, and this is the only reason why. Okay, with the machine gun, remember we have the pilot skill that gives you the 66% increase on the speed of the Avenger and the machine guns. Okay, so you're gonna instantly pick up what you're losing, and that 1/10 of a second in delay time, you're gonna get that right back with the 66% increase. Okay, you get the 66%, and you get additional rounds. All right, in the magazine. Okay, and you get an 8-second cooldown. A lot of people are calling this a nerf. In my eyes, with that particular pilot skill, picks it up over the top. That is my opinion. I do like the change to Avenger. If they're going to give me 2 seconds less of the cooldown, additional rounds, and the 66% increase on speed, I'll take it.
But the Avenger didn't get any additional rounds. The Avenger and the Tempest both were just additional time between rounds, along with the 2 seconds less of cooldown. So I loved the 2 second less cooldown. That's great.
Yeah.
But by adding that additional time in, it increases the overall by a second, the overall firing cycle by a second for both the Avenger and the Tempest. Now, the only ones that did get additional rounds were the Punisher, Punisher T, and the Mullets.
Okay, all right, there it is.
Those were, those are a buff. Yeah, I'll give them that. But you know what? Nobody's using them. I mean, really, much past Diamond League, you don't see Mullets or Punishers in use. So
no, you really don't. But I'll tell you what,
I would like to see. I would love to see them.
I would. I came across.
You know what, guys? My brother in Champion League, he using a Punisher T.
Okay,
but he did not. He don't have a choice.
The other day.
No,
go ahead.
You can use them, but you're not.
But it's
effective.
not effective. It's not effective.
Right, and that's my point. So they're given a slight buff to the weapons that really aren't commonly used in the upper leagues. And then they're nerfing, well, and nobody even uses a Tempest really in Champion League. It's rare that you see a Tempest to begin with, at least on iOS. Right. But Avengers, yeah, I mean you see them everywhere. But yeah, so it's just why nerf those two if you're gonna give a buff to the smaller versions of them? It just didn't make sense to me. So
okay, hold on. In the comment section, Green Apple. 66%. Brief me on that a little bit. Was I incorrect on that acceleration rate, or anybody in the comment section? Were we incorrect on the acceleration rate of the 66%?
The 66% accelerated fire rate for the Avengers, it's how fast you get up to that accelerated speed. So it takes 2 seconds off of that 3 second, to get the accelerated fire. It doesn't, make it fire any faster. Really. It does kind of, at least on live server right now, it does expend the full clip, 2 seconds sooner because you reach that accelerated rate 2 seconds faster. But
right, that's what I was referring to. Not that the weapons will fire 66% faster. Instead of waiting 3 seconds to get the rate up, it'll take you 1 second to get to that rate. That's what I really meant.
Right, but with the nerf, it doesn't matter. Because that 66% is almost voided from the amount of time in between each one of those rounds, even in the accelerated rate. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, I got you.
So I mean, I don't know. For me, that's why I say it was kind of I thought it was crap. I mean, but I don't know.
I liked it. You didn't like it. We can agree to disagree on that with our Chief. What did you think about the Raven? What do you think about that 20% oof that they gave that bad boy while it's in ability?
I thought it was cool, and for those people that currently run Ravens, you know, they're gonna rejoice. But I'm not gonna run out and get a Raven because you know what? The Raven wasn't given any defensive capabilities. Yeah, it packs a little more punch, but it's still got to jump in the air to do it. So that means it's just like a hover, just a clay pigeon.
It's got to get vulnerable.
Yep. So
it's got to be vulnerable. I did like it. I did like the Raven. I tested it out. I had a lot of fun playing it. It's not a bot that I would normally play. And you're right. I'm also not going to go out and run out and get one. All right. I have sold 3 of them in the past that I had won simply because it doesn't have any type of resistance. It doesn't have a shield. It doesn't have any type of protection. It doesn't have stealth. All right. So once it goes up, you know, it's kind of hard to defend yourself. Okay. But I have seen people in Champions League using them just a little bit more and more. And, you know, I've seen quite a few of them, but I've only seen one elite Raven pilot, you know, and he was something to watch. You know, I actually stopped playing the game, Chief, and just started watching this guy operate this Raven pilot, and the stuff that he was doing was just freaking amazing. I wish I would have been smart enough to hit the record button right then and there. So it is a bot that you could eventually master, become good at, but not everybody's going to be good at it. All right. So just because it gets that extra 20% power doesn't mean that everybody's going to be able to maximize its potential.
And it is a as far as the buffs go, I mean, it is a huge buff for the robot, but yeah, I mean, it's still just as susceptible to, you know, the same reasons why you don't see many people using them in higher leagues is still there. You know, the same reason, and that's because any robot that gets in the air and doesn't have any kind of defense while it's there, it's you know, it's target practice.
Yeah.
So
real quick, Grease Sniper, I see you out there. I see your comments, but we're having another conversation. But how you do? Those of y'all that took the time to say hello and throwing out the shout outs to each and every one of y'all right back at you guys. All right. Let's move on, Chief. The face shift. Like it, hate it, want to see it in the game?
The game don't need it. That's a bad idea.
Half of me agrees with that statement. Half of me agrees with it. The game doesn't need it. There's already too many invulnerable shields, too many, you know, last stand, whatever you want to call it, you know, whatever it is. There's too many things that are kind of causing problems in the game. This is just going to be another one. But at the same time, we already have those problems in the game. And this is maybe a cheaper option for players that may not have that 5,000 gold to drop on a, you know, on a last stand, you know, but somehow they're going to have 1,100 gold to drop on 3,000 power cells. I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, I can see benefits for some people using it, and man, it is kind of cool and it's kind of fun, but I think it's just going to further cause problems.
I mean, yeah, it is. You know, and I'm in a love-hate relationship with this particular thing. Okay, I played it. I liked it in the test server. I mean, you know what? I loved it in the test server. It was awesome. It gave my my Spectre Vortex. All right, it gave it that ability to jump in the air, fire off the shots, hit the phase shift. All right, and after I fired my shots, nobody could shoot me back. It was a beautiful thing. I was having a blast with it. All right, but in all reality, you know, everybody that has a particular meta bot in the game is going to have it as well, all right? You're going to see it on Invaders. You're going to see it on Aries. You're going to see it on Falcons with traditionalists to compile all this, and it's gonna complicate, or it's gonna compound the bigger bots. Yeah, it is a cheaper alternative for those who can't get the last stand or something like that. But what that person has, so can the next guy get. Okay, and that's where it's going to be a problem, because it's going to be even harder to kill, an Aries. It's going to be harder to kill an invader, a maxed out invader, who can already take a punch from hell. Now he gets to hit the phase shift and regenerate his weapons just a little bit more while he turns around and then comes out and he's shooting 4 rounds again. I'm in complete agreement with AD. As much as I like the idea and the concept, it's bad for the game.
Right. I mean, it wasn't long ago that they had to go through 2 or 3 rounds of nerfing on the Spectre. They had to nerf the Spectre down so far just to get it out of people's hangars, and a lot of people still do play the Spectre, and it is still a useful robot, don't get me wrong, but it's not up there like it once was, and it took a few rounds of nerfing. But something like the phase shift on a Spectre, it's going to help reestablish it. Maybe not back where it was, but I mean, could you imagine now a Spectre getting 6 seconds of invulnerability? So what was the point of even nerfing it to begin with, slowing it down? Because, well, with an extra 6 seconds on top of the 2 seconds, once it lands, it's got plenty of additional time now to go off and find cover. They slowed it down because it was a super fast robot for what it had. So they slowed its speed down. Now speed's not an issue because it has 8 seconds to find cover. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I was having a blast with it with the Spectre Vortex. The fact that I could jump up and shoot, and I could see myself, or people, I could see those little purple shields light up, and I know I'm being targeted. I just hit my phase shift, came right back down, and just laughed away at every Aries user that was out there. I could sense the frustration on their side. But
right.
On the same time, a lot of the same time, when I fired off my round and somebody that was looking at me, they would hit theirs, and my rockets would fall into a void. Okay, and now I gotta wait 10 seconds to reload. So the frustration came from my side as well when people did that. So that's why, in that note, now think about how toxic sometimes our community can be, and imagine all the toxic comments, people calling each other out for using this particular, active module. It would be bad. It would be. We already have some toxic, stuff right now. It would get much worse just with this one thing. So on that note, if they don't bring it to the game, I would completely understand. I think it needs the axe. Right. That one does need the axe.
I think if they were going to axe it, they would have done it 2 or 3 test cycles ago. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I mean, the Shieldbreaker went through a few series of tests before we gave it the axe. And I was not able to get on this test server to give my feedback. I wasn't able to access it, but I wish I would have been. Okay, I really do, because I definitely want to give my feedback on it. The Behemoth, that gets a 1 star for me. Unless you're a capper, that's not a really good bot. The phase shift, as much as I like it, it needs the axe. Out of everything we got possibly coming up, that Phantom, man, that shit is fun, Chief. It's so much fun. I have thumbs up for the Phantom.
But there's also, the Phantom also kind of goes along with the phase shift, though. The Phantom with the phase shift and last stand, that was too much.
Yeah, that will compound it. Well, AD, what did you think, AD, about the Phantom?
The Phantom?
Yeah.
He will be like the Loki. He will be raised. Who is the best troller in the game? The Loki or the Phantom? What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I mean,
I played some games with the Phantom, and I trolled many out Jones and Blitz on this test server, and that was fun.
Yeah,
I think it's a great bot, and it's going to bring a lot of
and also
tactics.
With the face shift. That will be awesome, but
I tell you what, I was jumping off. I did one, and I was on a what's the name of that crazy map? castle map, all right? And I'm on the bridge, and I got a guy coming at me. I had dropped my beacon, and the guy's coming at me, and I jump off the bridge. So right before I hit the water, I hit that face shift, and I spawn up right behind him. And I just lit up into him, man. It's just so much fun. So many tactics that could be used with that bot. I like it. If it makes it to the game, and I believe it will make it to the game, that will be a target item of mine, simply because of how much fun it was. But the fact that you can compound it with so many other things and make it a serious trolling bot, yeah, I can see where it could be a problem.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just, I think that's gonna be one of those robots though that it really doesn't get its full test until it hits the live server, because I mean, there's people thinking of creative things to try with it on the test server, but that's not the same as sending it to the live server. And I just hope I hope Pixonic has some kind of plan in their back pocket, just waiting for if something gets abused with it, to not wait 6 months to address it. But we'll have to wait and see. But the robot itself, I think, is going to be awesome. It's going to be everybody I think is going to want one. But we'll have to wait and see.
Hey, Adrian, how you doing out there, partner?
I'm waiting for him to reply, and I didn't hear him.
I see Adrian out there. I see Lee Fighter out there. Conversations lighting up. Good deal.
Adrian was asking earlier if the community would benefit from a what did he say? A anger management service. Now I don't have a therapist in my clan, but I do have a proctologist. Does that count?
Oh, no. You gotta fire him, bro. Oh goodness, that was hilarious.
Anyway, no, he's actually not even a proctologist. He's a radiologist, but I always say he's a proctologist. But funny anyway. So yeah, new robots. Other than the Behemoth and the Phantom, is the new Scavenger Griffin you kind of briefly mentioned, and the new Al June. As far as I know, these are full robots. These are not going to be skins.
Right.
So, and I think I did see a comment earlier. People were wishing it was a paint job and not a skin. Full robot that you have to upgrade. But there's got I don't know. There's got to be, I guess, a little bit of a trade-off on that, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know either. It is an exclusive bot, all right? It will be exclusive to the event, and that's why I kind of, I keep referring back to that whole silver track. Make sure you complete all 70 levels before you drop money out of your pocket into it, if that is a target item for you, okay? It is, a badass-looking bot. It should be exclusive only to this particular event. I don't think they'll be bringing it afterwards, okay? But the Griffin, I just gotta have that one, man. Yeah, the Al June looks pretty cool, but that Griffin, man, I'll probably never run it, but it needs to be in my hangar. It's just really good work that they did on that one.
Yeah, it is still a Griffin, and you know what? I remember seeing a design for that. It looked more like blueprints. And I don't remember where I saw it, but it had to be a while back. So I think where that one came from is, I think it was a design that they had kind of laying around that was from something that they designed a while back, and they're like, oh hey, let's do this, it's cool. Even if it is a Griffin, but I agree, it's crazy looking. I'll get one, but
there it is right there.
I'll never run it.
I'm with you on that. I'll probably never run it. I might run it just for a video purpose. If somebody wants to see it, I'll leave that up to the subscribers if they want to see me get wrecked in that bot. But it's just neat looking. So, but everything that we got coming up is just so much. It's hard to wrap your attention around the full concept of everything we have coming up in 5.3. With the new bots, new modules.
Paint jobs. Talking about paint jobs, I almost forgot. They're separating the paint jobs from the robots. So.
Oh yeah.
So if you have you know, in your old hangar, because you've been playing for 5 years, I'm sure you've got like 12 MK2, you know, Spectres. So if you do have 12 of them, you don't have to drop all that gold to buy them all of the paint jobs anymore. You can just buy them on one, and you can use them on any. So that's pretty cool.
So yeah, if
I
you
have
have two
level
paint jobs
one,
set up to one bot, you can switch them out.
I have level 1 Raijin, black Raijin. I can change it, and I have regular Raijin. I can send the paint job to the regular Raijin.
Right.
Right.
So
Just an example, okay?
That's going to be, you know, I collect paint jobs. I mean, I know it's a waste of gold, as it only adds like 100% damage to the robot, but you know, I like it. But you know,
I'm down with paint jobs too. I think it's a pretty neat little deal. You know, I would like to see at some point in time, like they have I think one of the other games out there has where you can add your personal logo into the game on your items. I think it would be awesome if we could add, you know, a clan tag or your own personal logo. You know, I would love to stick that palm tree on one of my bots. Will it ever happen? Probably not, but they're fun things to talk about.
Right. And you know, new pilots. We talked about some of the new robots, but there's also new pilots. For those of you that are rolling the tier, tier should be getting a pilot. The Griffin, of course, to go with your brand new Scavenger Griffin, and the Spectre to go with all the Spectres that got nerfed but might be seeing a comeback. I don't know. Anyway, if you have Spectres, they should be getting one also, and it's my understanding that these will be coming in the new Battle Pass line somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think there's, you know, other than finding ways to give us gold or resources, you know, I think they are finding, I guess, ways to save us some resources. So, you know, saving money.
Well, I mean, they could simply add, and they have tweaked the black market several times, from the bronze chest, you know, to the silver chest. They can easily tweak those black market chests to give a higher payout of gold. Okay, I mean, I know we're looking towards stuff in the future, but there are things that we have currently in the game that can be slightly manipulated, okay, to give a better payout of what we got. You know, the gold should also be going out just a slight bit higher, okay, on your end of the game. You know, getting 5 gold or 10 gold, when you consider what gold costs, or how much gold it takes to do an upgrade if you're gonna rush it, is minute. It's tiny. You know, so there's things in the game that they could do at this time if they wanted to kind of boost the economy on its own. You know, the only way to get that gold, how, is to go out and play the game. All right. When you're done with the game, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go watch my video ad. All right. Who collects on the video ad? They do. Okay. I mean, and we they collect real currency for fake currency. It's an amazing trade-off. So I wish they would do something like that just to help boost a little bit. There's things that can be done already. They just need to do them.
Right. So, I mean, we're seeing progress. Let's hope that there isn't the 2 steps backwards that a lot of players are kind of used to seeing. You know, we'll find out when it goes live.
Let's see who DFE. The date for the 5.3, and I'm guessing, partner, I'm not going to give you an exact date, but I'm guessing it's going to be in our Halloween update, because we're already in August, so we got September, October. That's 2 months away. So I would think that it's going to be our Halloween update would be the 5.3. Okay, but don't quote me on that. That's not 100% accurate.
Right.
Hey, Chief, what about the acceleration module and the fortifier? They also will be included.
I'm going to assume so. Those left tests a while back, but we really haven't heard a firm confirmation that they're going to be there. But I'm going to assume they are, because it didn't seem like you know, those had any issues with testing. I think they were, you know, I think they just finished their overall testing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna assume that they're gonna be there. I just don't know exactly when, and Pixonic has not officially said that they will. But it's good that you brought those up, because you know, those are a couple more modules that we kind of you know, they've been out of test for a while, so I guess we should be seeing them.
Now, let's get back to something, even though it's not supposed to be part of this topic. In this test server, the values of the Aries and the Nemesis and the Hades, they all stayed the same. They didn't tweak the values at all. Okay, so we still have that one problem. There's been a problem in the community for some time now, you know, as to how they're going to address it. You know, I had my idea. Adrian had a very good idea. Between my idea and his idea, I kind of liked his a little bit more, where the Aries would only have a frontal shield, making it susceptible from the flanks, from the flank and the sides, and of course the top. Okay, I'm hoping they I'm not sure what kind of coating would go into that. Okay, but the shield is already there, so all we got to do is erase parts of the shield. I'm not sure there's a lot of coating to that, or you just remove some coating to where it would only have the frontal shield. I like his a lot better than mine, that if you touch two shields, they would cancel each other out, just simply because of the amount of trolling that could happen on that. But what is your take on the Aries train? I just want to touch on that real quick. It's not somewhere I want to spend a lot of time on.
My take on the Aries train, it needs addressed now. And I'm to the point, honestly, where I would rather see them over nerf just to get it stopped, and then, you know, I guess rebuff in the future.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, I don't even use an Aries anymore. I mean, I haven't really run an Aries in months, just because I'm just so sick of seeing that robot. That's all you see. I mean, there's
right.
a ton of matches where, I mean, literally 6 Aries on the red team down all the time. So I don't know. It needs to, I mean,
yeah.
The Aries is a great robot. It's actually kind of fun to play sometimes. It's strong, and by itself is not too strong, but
no, that's why I kind of love to stick towards free for all, and I do play a lot of free for all now, because, you know, they don't have their whole team backing them up. All right, if they want to bring an Aries, they're out there on their own, and everybody's gonna attack it, and that goes for you as well. If I drop an Aries, you know, you know you're gonna be a target for a lot of people. So that's why I've really come to enjoy that particular mode. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. You know, see if anybody, guys, y'all out there in the comment section, if y'all have an idea for the Aries, something other than what I've come up with, something other than what Adrian's come up with, pitch it out. I would love to read on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Sorry about that, Chief. I just had to bring that up real quick.
No, that's all right. It's all right. I mean, I think some viewers were mentioning the Aries nerf, and I guess we could have discussed that along with the rebalance, but the Aries nerf is not really part of the rebalance as far as I'm aware. I mean, so I think it's officially separate, but kind of along with the lines to that, though, I would like to see the Aries nerf happen just to the Aries and not to the Nemesis and the Hades as well, because those two bots, in my opinion, are very well balanced. So
yeah, I think I agree with you there. The Nemesis and the Hades should be left alone. I don't think they should touch either one of those two bots. They're truly not the problem. I guess my only question to that would be, if they did nerf the Aries, you know, would the Hades be the next Aries with, as far as running that particular train? You know, with those type of setups, you know, running fast shields, and we got rid of one train, but a new train has emerged. So that's just kind of curious on that.
You know, I've heard that a lot. That question asked a lot, and I can say with confidence that no, it will not be. And the reason I say that is because the Hades does not put out enough damage through its built-in weapons to actually make the train effective. The only reason the Ares train is so effective is that built-in weapon constantly just vaporizing robots in front of them. So without that, you know, damage, I don't see it happening.
So maybe there you go. So now we're touching on something. Maybe a strong nerf in the retribution firepower. You know, that, I mean, that's what makes it that effective. If the retribution was seriously reduced, you know, would it reduce the need for it as much? Because we know that the Aries can be countered, and there are plenty of counters out there. You know, the Hellburner is definitely a solid counter for it right now. You know, but maybe making reducing that internal firepower would make it less attractive to users. You know, maybe they would adopt something else. But there's always been that one bot, you know, since the game has come out, you know, that just kind of captivates a certain meta for a certain period of time. You know, for a while, I mean, at the start of every game, what did you see? You saw 6 Hellburners. You know, everybody would start Hellburners at the beginning and do the whole Firecracker Fest to start the game. You know, and then they nerfed that, and of course now here's the new one. Here's the new problem. What will be our next problem? You know, trying to foresee what would we be dealing with next. I know you don't think that it would be the Aries because of the internal firepower, but it, you know, internal firepower doesn't have to be that strong if you constantly have a shield around you. Right. Just food for thought. So, and going on that with Adrian's idea, okay, you can run an Aries train. That's fine. My vortex are still going to come over the top of your train and crack your skull wide open. You know, your Al June's still going to fly over the top and do a little marshmallow roast. So that's one reason why I liked Adrian's idea so much over mine.
Right, and you know, I think that could actually be one of the possible solutions, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I just I mean, I think the only way that a speed nerf is going to affect the train is they would have to like make it as slow as the Behemoth, you know. Yeah. But you know, that's not going to happen, and even then, I mean, it doesn't solve the problem everywhere. I mean, if you don't get to, like, say, the center beacon on Yamantau first, and you let 2 or 3 Aries get in there from the red team, you're done. Match is over. There's nothing you can do, really. I mean, and everybody says, yeah, there's counters. Not everybody has an MK2 Hellburner in their back pocket to run into an Aries train. That is true. That is so true. So that's very true. I mean, a lot of times people think of counters, and it's usually the top clans that are running the Aries train that are also giving the solution to the Aries train, but they forget that most players don't have access to those, or at least not strong enough to actually even get close enough to them. So. Good point, because along with that Hellburner is required an anti-control, all right? It's required a last stand, or a heavy module. I mean, you need to get something to buff it up. So it is costly. It's not just getting control, getting a hold of a Hellburner and I'm good. I got a solution. No, you kind of got to dress it up a little bit. Right. So good point. All right. So, is there anything with the new update that we haven't touched on? I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, as of right now, no, I think we pretty much covered most of it, Chief. I'm trying. I mean, I'm going over. I'm actually looking at some of my notes here, and I think we pretty much covered everything. You know, up to now, we really don't have a lot. I'm kind of curious as to what the next certain, I guess, test modes that we're going to have as far as rebalancing. I don't think they're just going to attack the machine guns and that's it, because it's not really a primary weapon of the game. You know, are they going to be affecting the Halos? You know, are they going to be affecting the Coronas, the energy shotgun, the more powerful weapons of the game? That's where I'm kind of curious as to where they're going to go next and what's going to be the next rebalance. And they generally do this with the more powered weapons of the game. Now, the last time around, it was the Gust that got a little nerf. Right. I don't know if they're going to turn around and do that to the opposite side of the spectrum with the energy shotgun. You know, I mean, it's all speculation right now, but I don't think they're going to have a rebalance and only do machine guns. What's next? No, I think they mentioned in a dev stream, one of the more recent ones, that they were going to be doing rebalances, but they were going to bring them out a little at a time instead of having a big giant rebalance. Or maybe I'm just remembering something incorrectly. Who knows?
I think
Yes,
you're
you're
right.
right.
I think you're right. I did see that death stream.
And then, another thing that I also recall hearing on the dev stream was discussion of the honor point system. I mean, a lot of people are still adjusting to it. Some people aren't happy with it. I've put out a couple videos trying to help explain it. But the dev stream, I think it was like 3 dev streams ago when they first mentioned the honor point changes. They mentioned that they were eventually going to tie it to the post-combat ranking.
Okay.
Do you guys recall that?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if that's going to happen in 5.3 update, or it might be like a mid update, or I don't even know. But I mean, that could be something that we see coming down with 5.3, you know, because right now post combat is still stacked on, you know, pretty much damage, you know, for your
Right.
your ranking.
And you know, as far as the honor points or the honor system, it's great. It's great from bronze to master. All right. But if you're in Champion League, it is a long haul to get from master to champion. All right. And I've already heard a lot, and I've already seen a lot of brand new people say, well, I'm taking down. I don't need to be in champion. I'll go down to master. And they're going down to master just to hang out there, just because they don't want to deal with the honor point system, because there's no extra reward for that long grind. It's still the same amount. It's still the 14.6. So there's no reason for, or in their eyes, there's no reason for them to be there doing that when they can do 2.5 rotations on a master crate, pulling more resources and more boosters, all right, than being a champion. And I'm kind of hoping that Pixonic adjusts those numbers a little bit, because I think it's kind of a little bit far out there on the gap between master and champion.
And that's been mentioned to me several times, and I know tanking is becoming, you know, even more common since the introduction of the new honor system. But for those of you that are wanting to start tanking down, I'm just gonna tell you now, don't do it. I mean, I get why you're doing it. I totally get it. But just, I mean, tanking is just, it's not the right way to do it. We have brought it to the attention of the developer. You know, Pixonic is aware of it. How they could have overlooked this, I don't know. But then again, this is the same company that basically just doubles, you know, the number for the next higher reward all the time. You know, you see it with moving up in clan ranking. I mean, really, to go from B to BB, it takes another, you know, 500,000. You know, when it only took 500,000 to get all the way there. So it's kind of like maybe some skewed math that they're just used to using, and they didn't realize that it wasn't really going to work out so good with the new honor system as far as doing that with where you get the crates. So I do expect that to get addressed, hopefully sooner than later. But you know.
And I'm with you on that, guys. I mean, if there's anybody out there that's doing it or thinking about doing it, don't. Something on the developer side where it needs to be corrected, you know, don't take it out on your fellow players by taking down and taking on a weaker opponent, you know, to get back at the developers. You know, that other opponent didn't do a damn thing wrong for you to come down and beat up on him. You know, he just played the game, and he's probably in the league where he's supposed to be. Stick in the league where you belong as well.
Right, and that's something too. Tankers don't realize that they're hurting people not only while they're tanking down, because they have to be in a match in order to lose the points, right? So, you know, they're hurting that team, and then you know, they're hurting the guys that are in the master or wherever they decide to stop tanking. You know, they're hurting those guys because they're supposed to be there. They only have the gear for being there, or the skill level in some cases. You know, so like you said, don't take it out on them. And yeah, anyway, just know that if you get caught tanking, if you know, at some point they will get around to addressing you as an individual tanker. I'm sure it's sending you to the was it the low
LPQ.
priority queue, low priority queue, or just banning you from the game. I mean, if you're egregious enough in your tanking, they will just outright ban your account. So.
And speaking on that, they did put out a little list here recently that certain players are going to be watching other players, and if you get reported, there could be disciplinary action taken against you. Those of y'all out there that are doing it, just note that. The eye of the sky is now starting to pay attention to that just a little bit more. Tanking, extreme tanking, and cheating. So be careful, guys. Somebody might just record you, submit it, and then all of a sudden you got problems with your account. It's not worth it.
And I won't feel bad for you when you come to my social media and complain that you can't access your account, or you're in a low priority queue for leaving or tanking or whatever the case is. So, all right. I want to, if I can, just kind of open up to some questions in the event that there were some things that we might have missed, or something that you guys. I mean, because there was a lot more chat going on, and I was trying to keep up with it. But if you guys have specific questions about the update or concerns, let us know over the next few minutes, and then we'll start wrapping this up. And keep in mind, I mean, if you could, if you could, if you have an opinion, share that with us too. It might be easier for us to hear your opinion if it was more than just, oh, this game sucks. It's, something like that. You get what I'm saying? Because we all enjoy the game. We're all here for the game. So let's see those questions, concerns, opinions, whatever.
I'm waiting for questions to come up. Y'all got a question? Ask it now, guys. Seems like more of a discussion going. They got their own thing going on.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah, it is. I think it'd be cool to have new features in the game, and looking forward to it. Okay, cool.
Will the merger come this update? No. I can tell you that with absolute certainty.
Matchmaking. What is it you want to know about matchmaking? WRS? Snappy?
Schnappy Gaming?
Snappy? Okay. Be a little bit more specific on when you say matchmaking. What's going on, Ryder?
I can tell you that from my experience over the last 2 months, I've been seeing noticeable changes in matchmaking. So I could tell you, while it isn't perfect, it has certainly, it is being addressed. It's never going to be perfect, but I can tell you that I've noticed it.
I'll go ahead, Stoppy. I'll go ahead and address that for you. The randoms should not be played against full squads. In a perfect world, Stoppy, that would be right, okay? But, what you have right now, as far as the high-level clans, what they're doing, what they call time drops, and they're trying to drop in against each other, okay? If they don't match against each other, they're gonna spring off and match up against another clan or something like that. But if there's not another clan on at that moment, then it's going to pit that clan against random players simply because there's not another maxed out clan. Now, we did talk about this the last stream, so I will touch up on this a little bit. We tested out the matchmaking, okay? And what we did was we got 6 of the guys from HC, and we went to free for all, okay? And we did our little countdown, and we did a time drop just to see if the matchmaking would pit us against each other, since we were all maxed out, and how long would it take? Okay, I believe it was 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 6 games. We all got each other based on the matchmaking. So if players that are maxed out are dropping at the same time, it is going to pit you against that player. The problem comes is when there's no other players that are at the same level. Okay, at that time it's going to start drawing from the lower bracket and pulling somebody up, simply because they don't want to have the same problem that they did before with the super long wait times when they try to match certain matchmaking system. Okay, and we had wait times of anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes. That might have been a little bit before your time, Chief, but it was there when they tried to fix the matchmaking at one time.
Right. And I know they are adjusting it, like I said. It's not going to be perfect, but I think the biggest thing, and it's probably a long-term solution that they're looking at, and that's to merge the platforms. I think that is going to have the biggest effect, you know. So it's not a short-term solution, but I know that they are working on it. And I think Lone Spanker mentioning freezing frequently since the 5.2 update. That's not just on Android, it's happening on iOS as well. And I think it was might have been Islander, one of his videos, he was talking about this, and it's possible that, you know, they're aware of it, but because we have this special event going on, they couldn't go in and make changes to, you know, whatever coding or issue. I don't remember.
Right.
There was somebody that mentioned it, but yeah, it does need to be addressed, and hopefully it does get addressed, if not before 5.3, at least when 5.3 does drop.
Okay, hold on one second. Mac, I just saw your comment right there. You want the tanking explained. If you're not familiar with what tanking is, and we've been talking about it, when we say tanking, it's simply when a player intentionally loses or does not drop into games, all right? So he can drop down and get out of the league he's in because he doesn't feel he's getting the rewards or the prizes because the competition is a little too tough. So he'll intentionally drop down. Let's say you're in Champion League and you decide to drop all the way down to Expert or Gold League, simply so you can pick on weaker competition. Thus, you get the higher reward. That's tanking, and it is definitely frowned upon. And now they're taking actions against the Mac. I hope that answers your question.
And I think Grizz was also making a comment about tankers, that they should, you know, they need to address the tankers or do something about the tankers. And I can tell you that Pixonic is aware of the tankers. They are aware of the tanking issue. They are looking at it. They are implementing some things that, you know, will at least help with some reporting. And I can tell you that they do have a whole group of people that just sit around at desks all day dealing with people that are caught cheating and tanking, and that's what they do. But their overall view on tanking is to try to make people not want to do it in the first place. So that's where their focus is, and it's not the answer that, you know, us as players want to hear when we have people, you know, that are consistently tanking. But what I could tell you as a player, report them. You know, take a screenshot or a video if people that you know are tanking. They're not just, you know, somebody that lost connection or somebody that just is not a good player. You know, report them. You know, let them use their process internally to try and fix it.
Okay, any word on the new King of the Hill mode coming back? They have spoken of it, God of War, okay, but as far as any type of potential release date or our new testing date for it, that has not come up. But we have heard of King of the Hill, that they were going to try and redo it. Whether they got around to it, actually did it or not, we don't know. So as of right now, partner, there is no word.
Chief, also we have a new thing about the arena. We have a lot of cheaters on the arena mode. They abuse the system, and that way they earn the gold prizes, and that way they don't even give a chance to the grinders to grind some gold, and they cause big problems from them.
Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit, a few posts on that as well. That these hackers are getting into the arena, and of course taking first place and stealing the gold. Guys, if you play the arena and you see a hacker in there, take the time to record it. all right, and forward that over to Pixonic. And if you need help, get with any of the YouTubers. We'll be more than happy to help you get that video to the right set of ears, to the right person, where action can be taken on that particular hacker. Okay, make it worth it to be a chaplain. Okay.
Somebody mentioned about the gap between the master and the champion crate. I think Islander already talked about it.
Yeah,
that's why we have a lot of tankers.
Right, and they are looking at that. So
that's the reason I see many Kozak when I'm dropping Beacon Rush.
and in free for all, they're everywhere. The people drop their little Corsacks just to get killed right away. So
one time I played the FFA match and I saw 4 Kozaks and only one regular player, and actually it was a 1-on-1 instead of 1 vs 5.
Oh, guys, do you have any more questions for us out there? Anything you want us to touch upon?
And if any of you guys, think about it after something, comes up, feel free, drop the comments, in the video after it posts up, underneath. I've been spamming the link to my Discord server. Feel free to jump on there. You can leave information there. I know Islander is, open to subscribers contacting him. Let us know your concerns or questions, whatever it is. AD Gaming as well on his channel. Hit us up. Let us know what your feedback is. We may not be able to change some things. Like somebody was just asking about. Can we ask Pixonic to make the new Aljun Breathe Black Fire? I'm pretty sure that is.
Yeah,
fully designed and ready to rock and roll. So and usually we don't really get that kind of input anyway. But if you do have concerns about anything with the update or anything with the game in general, just let us know. Because we all do at least have some additional methods of giving feedback to Pixonic that the regular players don't have.
Deadly Killer, we're assuming that they're going to come out in the 5.3, and that would be probably in October. I think we covered it a little bit earlier, but I saw you ask the question right now. So hope that helps. We're guessing it'll be the October update, the Halloween update.
Hey guys, one more thing I want to say about if you have any ideas for new maps and stuff like that, you can tell us. And also Islander, he showed one video. I don't remember the name. It was Shane, right?
Yeah, Shane. That I did a video a while back. 10 best ideas for new maps. Okay, and this was just for fun. Just to have with the subscribers. Give me your idea, give me your feedback. What do you want to see in the game? Of course, what do I want to see? I want to see an island map. But everybody had ideas. Everybody had great ideas. And I had one guy come up and said, "Well, I could probably do this. You know what? Make me a map. I want to see you guys artwork and shit." Well, this guy has like 3D graphics background, and he actually designed an entire map with an Aztec pyramid, and it's in the middle of the Brazilian jungle with the Nile River running through. It was just an amazing. So I just told him, look, I'm not gonna, show you video, but I'm gonna take a couple of screenshots. I'm gonna post it and throw your name out there. And he has his channel. I have the link on my last video. You can go by check it out. It's the one with the pyramid in it. And if you want to go out there and subscribe to the channel, he's gonna be doing a lot more designs like that. And he's just doing it strictly for fun. If Pixonic ever decides to catch on to one, and use one of his ideas, I think it would be an amazing thing.
All right, so looks like it's probably gonna be time to start wrapping up the stream, guys. I want to appreciate everybody that dropped in the stream, hung out with us, asked questions, shared their opinions. Hopefully we're able to get around to most of you. I know there's always going to be some that we miss. For that, I apologize. But I also want to thank AD and Islander for dropping in and helping out with this podcast as well. I know AD, I don't have a link to your channel in the video description, but I will add it afterwards. So any viewers that are catching this after the fact, definitely stop by and hit him and Islander's channel up. Already, if you haven't already subscribed, please do it. They're both some stand-up guys. So, but thank you guys for joining me on the podcast today.
Appreciate it, brother. And everybody out there, y'all have a good day.
Yeah, and for like I said, for all the viewers, thank you all very much for sharing your thoughts, ideas or opinions or questions with us during this. If you guys haven't yet, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, as well as drop by these two